Welcome to Art Talk Tuesday, episode 14. It's hard to believe that we've already done 14 episodes already, but yet here we are. Those of you who have been tuning in and those of you who have been liking or subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to say thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Follow me on Instagram at DPArtandTheo. You can look up Damon Powell Artist on YouTube and subscribe to my channel so I can keep putting these videos out. As you can see today, I have a yoga-inspired image up today. This is one in a series of 15 images I created over the course of last year and a half or so, on yoga. What I did was I worked with a yoga studio called Black to Yoga and solicited the yogis and yoginis instructors there to do a photo shoot with me. And so we got together and did a couple of photo shoots, and I did different photos of them in various poses. Also gave them a questionnaire to fill out about each pose. It kind of gave me some background on the pose. Some of them I tried to get into myself. I've been practicing yogi for a while, tried to get in some of them obviously couldn't get into, and definitely not as well as they can, but it was good to ground myself into the pose before I began to paint. So I then began producing these images. Like I said, this is number, I think I want to say 12 out of 15, but I could be wrong. This piece is in watercolor. There is some color pencil in it, but primarily watercolor. The image is 20 inches wide by 16 inches high. It's called Anuvitasana. Excuse me, my Sanskrit pronunciation is bad. Anuvitasana, which basically means standing backbend, as you can see here. This symbol here, everybody always asks about, you'll see one of these in every one of the pieces. So this is kind of a theme, not this same symbol, but a similar symbol. And basically what these are unilomes. Unilomes are Buddhist symbols of the trials and twists and path to enlightenment. We often, as I've said before, we often think of enlightenment as a static destination to be reached. We also think of us moving through time and the spiritual journey as being linear when it is not. In fact, most of life has twists and turns, sometimes seeming like we're going backwards. We flower for a little while, then we twist and turn some more until we finally exit this physical reality. So that's kind of what the unilome is about, and you'll see these in each piece in some way or some form of a unilome. So what I've done here with this piece, because I wanted to keep the emphasize the focal point as being the actual pose and not anything else going on that would distract the viewer from looking at the pose. So I've kept the background pretty simple, pretty basic on each one. And you can view these on my website, damonpowell.com. The prints start at $19 and the originals are $1,000 each. They're valued at $1,000 each. So like I said, I've kept the background simple, but I didn't want it to be too graphic and jump out and push away from the pose. So what I've done is here with each figure, you'll see that there's some grounding here. What I've done is created the illusion of space, that the space is going backwards here. And then I put this shadow down here to ground the figure into the ground and give it a sense that it's not floating. Then you'll see the energy in this particular image. The feet are grounded, the energy moves up. So the eye is pulled around, okay? And then the outstretched arm pushes here to the center of the symbol. But then the downward energy here pulls the eye back down, and then we can go back around here. So what I've created is a circular composition which draws the viewer's eye around every part of the image. That's done on purpose, crafted well. Also, what I've done here is keep the background flat. Even though it's yellow, which is an expansive color, because I've kept it flat and put these other elements in, it doesn't detract from the image. It actually adds to it, especially with this sense of this illusion of space going backward here. Then you begin to see this more as a sky or something in the background rather than just the image floating. Try to do my usual thing with having areas that are more highly rendered and then some areas that are just very basic and very open. See here, the hair, I've done this with India ink and some watercolor. Very just basic kind of graphic here, but then I've done some more rendering here in these areas. So kind of playing around with the push and pull, same thing I always do. And the model for this pose was very athletic. He's a really good guy. He's got, I think it's Third Eye Yoga, the name of his studio. Extremely athletic. I've got some great shots with him doing some other things. I also have 4 or 5 other images, yoga images in acrylic, which maybe I'll talk about one of those next week. So that's it for this week, Art Talk Tuesday. See you next week.